Good afternoon, LC people. Well, I ain't really posted about this bike because it belongs to my mate Phil. And he just said, Dave, you could put a video on about my bike if you want. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. There's a very, very long story associated with this 500. As some as you may know from the last one I built, this bike came and Phil kind of lent it to us because it had been sat in his garage for a little while. He just hadn't got round to it. And it was a great idea to bring his bike. So one, I could look at as a reference point really. And we could both sort of learn from his bike and he could learn from his bike. The other one has come and gone, as you know, that I built. And Phil's been battling with this bike for a while. He originally came to me, I don't know, I think it must have been off one of the posts. He lives in my town and I didn't really know Phil. And he messaged me, says, Dave, can you rebuild my brake calipers? Yeah, of course I can, mate. So anyway, he brought him. Come round the flat, we had a cup of tea. And me and Steve asked him if he'd bring his 500 up. So he brought it up. And every step of the way that he's gone to take it out, there's been another problem. And another problem, and another problem, and another problem. If it weren't fuel taps leaking or carbs leaking, it was something else and something else. And the list just escalated beyond imagination. Can't begin to tell you how many times. There he is up there. He's not despondent, Phil ain't. It was smoking and it had other issues. And we decided to do a compression test on it and it was down. And it was righto. So he took the bottom barrels off and measured them. And it was on standard bore. And I think it had something like 45,000 kilometres or thereabouts, about 30,000 mile-ish. So I was quite happy about that. I measured the ring gap and you could have drove a bus through them. So anyway, he ordered some new rings, beautiful. So he's done one set at a time. He's done the bottom, happy with that. Now he's come to take the top end off. And what we found was there was 0.5 over, which was odd. The bottoms are standard, the top ones are over. It's righto. But there was odd pistons in it as well, which didn't make any sense. So anyway, he's bought pistons and he's bought rings. He's come back today to fit them. And lo and behold, you would not believe this, but one of the pots is slightly smaller than the other one. So although the 0.5, one of them ain't quite 0.5. So now he's had to take the barrels away to a local rebore specialist. But luckily they've given him a good price and he should have them back by the end of the week. And then it'll all go back together again. Now in the meantime, Phil always finds other little jobs to do. And what he's decided to do, which I think is a good idea, is change all the pipes. As you know, and I was told this by Pete Spragg, you have to prime these oil pumps up on a drill. And to be fair, I don't know what you guys think, but the black pipes, if something fails, you can't tell, can you? Without the thing stop smoking, you're going to stop every like few miles and see whether it's bloody doing it. You can run it on premix, obviously, until the pump's bled up, but you don't know how long it's going to take. So anyway, he's changing all the pipes for clear pipes and putting the little like clips on. I'm not a fan of these clips, to be fair. I think the ones with the ears on are better. Normally the standard Yamaha ones are round and I don't really like them. I've shoved them on before and damaged ends of pipes and just think they're okay. But I suppose it's good working practice to use them. If the pipe comes off, you're going to be in trouble. But they're all buried in the engine. And to actually get them off the stubs, to change them, is actually a right ball ache. Everything about a 500 is a pain in the arse. It really is. And there's that much going on. You can see why I needed his bike to actually build the first one. There's so much going on. It's just incredible. But anyway, that's the story of Phil's bike. We'll keep updated about it later in the week. Hopefully he'll have his barrels back, but it could be Friday at the earliest. So we'll see. In the meantime, he's going to crack on. My mate Colin Potter's bought this. He's done his 500 miles on it now. And I'm just going to go around and give it a service. I've got a sneaky suspicion we didn't do the gear mod on this because it's moving. I don't know if you can see very well. Bit of a leak coming, and I still think that's where his leak is. But I'll sort it out. I'll give him an oil change, a set of plugs, go round it, re-torque the head again, and hopefully that'll be that. But you know what these things are like? They fight Dave and they come up with other issues. This bike belongs to Paul Nicholas. He's got pattern indicators here, and I've actually changed all the wires so they actually corresponding. You can't see in there. The green for one side and the brown for the other. The pattern ones, they're not long enough. They stay here, so they won't meet the loom. Told you all this before, but at the minute, I'm just going around it. I want to get all the electric sorted on it. Do various bits and pieces at it. That's where we're at, folks, and I will update you in a week. Thanks for watching. Dilly dilly.